The Switch 2 has now been out for 3 months. It's been my primary console during this time and I've been loving it. What have I been doing on the console? Well, I'm going to talk through my experience with the console, including what games I've been playing, as well as the amount of playtime I've put into each game. Before I go any further, drop a like and subscribe if you're new to the channel, it really helps out. Now I'll be going through each game alphabetically, and first up is Bravely Default Flying Fairy. Maybe the Switch 2 game I've put the most time into so far. I don't think the Bravely Default remaster needed to be a Switch 2 exclusive, as it's not necessarily all that demanding visually. After all, it's just remastering a 3DS game. But with that being said, I've been having a ball with the game. I love the variety of enemies and bosses, as well as the vast amounts of jobs you can level up. I can't say I've ever played a game before that also felt like a watercolor pop-up book. Tearaway was close, but that's more crafts than watercolor. I've spent hours grinding out levels and it's felt like no time has passed at all. My only real complaint is that the game is insanely repetitive in the second half of the game. I finished Bravely Default a few days ago and I have just under 50 hours in it. Cyberpunk 2077. I haven't put as much time into Cyberpunk as I have with some of the other games in this list, and that's mainly because I only finished Cyberpunk and the Phantom Liberty expansion for the first time back in December on the PlayStation 5. I mainly picked up Cyberpunk on Switch 2 for 3 reasons. 1. I wanted to support a third-party game being released fully on cartridge. 2. I wanted to stress test the Switch 2 on launch, and this seemed to be the game to do so. 3. I have the opportunity to play Cyberpunk portably, so why wouldn't I pick this up? As I've slowly been working my way through my existing library of Switch 2 games over the last 3 months, I have had the intention to come back to Cyberpunk and give it a proper playthrough on the Switch 2, and I've just jumped back into it after finishing Bravely Default. My goal is to do every side quest I can on a single Street Kid playthrough. So far on my Switch 2 playthrough, I've only played about 4 hours. I got to the early part of the game that makes me cry every time I play it, and I haven't played much past that yet, as I've been spending my spare time since beating Bravely Default on making this video. Donkey Kong Bananza. This game was an absolute blast from start to finish. I'll be honest, at first I didn't really like Donkey Kong's design changing from his rare design, but now I can't see the character any other way going forward. The level design was spectacular, the freedom to smash nearly everything was fantastic, and the variety of special forms and accompanying special moves was a breath of fresh air in a platformer like this. And the music. I loved pretty much every track I heard on Bananza's soundtrack, and I promise you that this game will be a system seller for the Switch 2 for years to come. I put about 15 hours into finishing this one. Mario Kart World. Funnily enough, the main system seller of the Switch 2 is the game I have close to the least amount of time in. Though the little time I did spend in Mario Kart World was super fun, there's just not a lot of single player content to keep me playing for extended periods of time. I played through the main Grand Prix mode to completion, did some exploring in the open world, played some Knockout Tour, and also played some multiplayer with my wife. We thoroughly enjoyed our time with the game, but we also got beaten by the CPU players over and over again. Apparently the CPU difficulty isn't as hard since an update about a month ago, but I haven't felt the need to revisit the game due to the other games I've had to play. I've put close to 4 hours into Mario Kart World so far. Street Fighter 6. This was a game I always meant to pick up on the PlayStation 5, but I never got around to. So when this was announced as a Switch 2 launch title, I knew I had to pick it up. I'm not a big multiplayer guy, so I pretty much exclusively play fighting games for the story. While I found the story of the single player pretty lackluster, I did appreciate the sandbox approach they took to the level design. I gotta say though, I got my butt handed to me constantly, unless I grinded my level to be 5 to 10 levels above what it was meant to be. So I don't know if I'm just trash or if the level scaling of the game is actually off. Regardless, I really enjoyed my time with the game. I put about 20 hours into this one to finish it. Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 3 and 4. Pretty cool to get a brand new release, day and date with the other consoles this game released on. Whereas Pro Skater 1 and 2 on Switch 1 felt like a lesser version of the other home console versions, Pro Skater 3 and 4 on the Switch 2 didn't really feel pared down from the other versions at all, and is gonna be amazing to have portable for the future. I've put about 5 hours into these remakes and finished both. Now what does my personal future with the Nintendo Switch 2 look like? I have another game purchased and installed ready to play called Kunitsu-Gami Path of the Goddess. I had a Japanese physical copy imported over here in Australia. Once I get some more game time in with Cyberpunk, that's going to be the next game I put some serious time into. Of course, I'll also be picking up any first-party Nintendo releases coming out in future, but my backlog only really looks like it's going to be in some serious danger in October. There's quite a few games I want releasing in the 10th month of the year, like Persona 3 Reload, Borderlands 4, and Pokemon Legends ZA. And how about you guys? Did you buy a Switch 2? Are you enjoying it? Or are you someone who's holding off buying one until there's more games for the system? Let me know in the comments below. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope you guys have a great day. See ya.